Hi friends, let's have a look at the new preview for Vetric Station, the new map that's going to hit in a couple of days. PGI released a detailed video talking about the new map, so let's watch it together and see what's going on there.
Greetings, Mech Warriors. This is Daeron, Matt, and Francois with another devlog. Good to see you all. This is a quick preview of the June 21st patch in Mechwarrior Online. We're going to be previewing two things.
Can we please have a zoom on Francois' hair? He's got a wild hairstyle going on there. I'm sidetracking us, let's go.
Specifically, mostly this new map that you're looking at right now, below us, above us, wherever it is. This is Vetric Station, which is based off of the faction play map Vitric Forge. This is, in my opinion, Matt's opinion, a masterpiece, another masterpiece from Francois. It's a beautiful map. We'll get into that shortly. We're also going to show off a little bit of the new mech coming out as well, the Crusader. So this is the Vitric Station / Crusader preview. Let's get into this map. There's a lot to talk about and a lot to see here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm super stoked. This map is amazing looking. Francois, you knocked it out of the park. It's not only amazing looking, but I can't wait to play this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one, I think.
Yeah. So let's jump right in and start walking around, and you guys can talk about stuff. So.
Sure, so this is one of the spawn points. The opposite team is going to be spawning on the direct opposite of the map. In front of you, you essentially have three options. You can go either from the right, from the middle, or the left.
What I see right now, which I like, is the map is not going to be huge. Look at the map grid over here. This is going to be a map in the size of like Mining Collective, it looks like. I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
And then afterwards, if you want, you could also go upwards if you wanted to get some elevation.
There is elevation, there's multiple corridors, there's a lot, I feel like there's a lot of options. Now,
yeah, definitely.
With all your recent maps, you've been pretty good at creating those types of options, but I feel like it just really shines with this design. Also, a little note, we're looking out of the Crusader Cockpit right here, so...
Ooh, that is
really
something
nice. Maybe most people haven't seen. This is the Crusader Cockpit, which I think is a beautiful cockpit. Lots of visibility.
That mech, by the way, is going 59 kph right now, and it is not going at full speed, so it's going to be, what, 64 kph? And I'm already seeing the standard loadout for this mech, and I see... How many machine guns is that? That's 10 machine guns, right? With 7,000 rounds, and then 4 SRM6 with 360 rounds. Yeah, we're gonna need to do some German mechgineering on these builds, that's for sure. That's not enough ammo.
Guns. Holy
shit.
Right?
Yeah, look at that. Look at that
we're in the hero mech, yeah, and it's capped out at 16.
Damn.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the other side
weapons.
of that.
Yeah, we go 64.
But anyway, let's get back to the map. That's really the biggest thing that we're pointing out here. It's just beautiful. First of all, the palette of Vitric Forge had a very interesting kind of tone and feel to it. Mood lighting, I should say, because look at that blue sun, or whatever it is.
What is that? It's a blue sun. What does it do? It shines blue. I'm sorry. Rambo jokes.
I think it looks beautiful. I love the color tones and the way you laid out all of the buildings and everything. Obviously, we have a touch of kind of the HPG assets coming in here. And I think what did we decide, that Vitric Station was where all the people that worked at Vitric Forge live and
they party hard in that place. And it's like
it's like Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, it's the Vegas of Vitric, wherever the planet is. Yeah,
Vitric Vegas, that's what it should be.
Yeah, Vitric Vegas.
But anyway, let's talk more about the layout, Francois, and what your
so essentially, as we're seeing on the minimap, the map is comprised of...
One thing I'm a little bit worried about is, I don't know if you saw it, but there's a lot of little like doodads on the ground, and I wonder if you don't move at full speed if they can stop you. I hope that's not the case. I hope that I saw some other assets that have a lot of doodads on top that can stop you, but I really hope that the ground is kind of like, even though it looks uneven, that it's just treated as an even ground. If not, that would be problematic potentially. But before we let the guys talk, as I said, this is a small map, as you can see. It is literally just 6 squares in its whole length, and at its widest point, barely 3 squares wide. This is gonna be nice. It's gonna be a match where you see your opponents pretty quickly. It's gonna be like similar to Mining Collective. I liked it. I like that they went with a smaller map approach. Really nice.
4 main little arenas, one located in like the D2, E2, D3, and E3 quadrant. There's another one that's going to be located in the B3, C3, C2, B2, and then finally there's going to be 2 ones in the B4, B5, C4, C5, and D4 and D5. All of these little locations are unique in themselves because they feel like a combat zone, but also they're well included inside of a bigger lot, which is the whole map in itself. Over this, you also have 2 main structures that are uniting together, that are connecting together in the middle and overlooking everything else. So you still have elevation. And in order to palliate to that elevation, we do have different point of access, which are in the middle at the start where you spawn, and throughout the use of jump jets and the use of like different levels of verticality that onto buildings that help you to actually reach that high ground. However, unlike other maps, this high ground won't be like overpowered, so you won't be able to actually overly control the rest of the map.
There's not a lot of cover up there. When you're up there, you're exposed.
Yes.
Also, I just saw something. I was just thinking, nobody's ever gonna push that bridge because you literally would have to push into the enemy team, going single file on a bridge that has no cover. So I think that might be like a spot where light mechs or mediums can just do quick flanks, but like going over this bridge in like a full push, I don't think that's gonna happen ever.
Yes, exactly.
And I love
trading exposure for like damage control.
Yeah, or for scouting or whatever.
Yeah.
I love the 2 structures, the 2 pyramid-like structures. They're beautiful.
I really like them as well.
You know,
I hope you can't jump on them. I don't want to see Shadowcat sitting up on those.
I'm not going to say you complain. You request the assistance of artists often when you're doing the map building because you don't fancy yourself an artist. But I have to say, you know, for wearing multiple hats, you're doing an incredible job. This is a beautiful, beautiful map. I'm really impressed with what you did here.
Thank you. That's much appreciated.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot to be done as well, and it was a promising map, but we really needed to work on the strongest point of the game, which was essentially the layouts, and let's base ourselves onto the creation of natural environments, especially the craters, because even though they're really cool, they can be a pain to navigate. So as you may see in your future games as a player, I kept some of the craters, but I've also removed the collisions on the rocks. So even if you walk onto these places, well, the rocks are not going to be a janky collision that's actually going to get you caught in there. So it's just going to be.
Like I said in the video yesterday when we did the sneak peek, there's a clear like learning curve for Francois, and it really shows to the positive. The last maps have been pretty good.
For pure visuals. But then again, it's going to be there, but not going to be a problem. So this is something that is already really nice. And as you can see as well...
Also, we have sound outside. This is not going to be a space map, by the way. It looks like the space layout from the metal, but this is not in a vacuum, so you will have sound outside.
Made sure that there would be line of sight blockage in the middle, so that if the other team is on the same level as you, you cannot really snipe at them from one side to the other, simply because of the 2 ramps that we're currently seeing in the middle.
I see an opening in the ramps though. Like I was just looking at all of this and I was thinking, I was thinking Blood Asp, or I was thinking Battle Master. We're gonna try and test and see how much the sniping is actually getting, for lack of a better term, cock blocked. We'll see.
I feel like I cruised around in the map a little bit this morning. I have no freaking idea how this map is going to play out. I was trying to, guess like, You
look what? You know what? From the back, the Crusader kind of looks a little bit like if you take like a Phoenix Hawk that just gets roided up a little bit.
The the way players play already on the maps that we have, which way are they just going to rotate, like, you know,
thick
clockwise?
hawk.
There's so many
It is
for the players to do.
It is. Like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of possibilities here. I feel like it's going to be a more brawl-centric map, but I have no idea. You know, like.
But then again, it also depends on which area of the map you want to control.
Yeah.
Because one of the arenas, I think it's the one at the southwest corner of the map. When we look at the minimap, this one has less cover than the others. So a Lerm might want to check that position instead of another one which has more high cover, for example. Yeah. So as I was referring into the D2, E2, that area would be would be more prone for like Lerms because you have the less cover. But then the B3, C3 area would be more for a brawler area because you do have these high buildings. You also have like a favor of jump jets. I really also like the fact that I added these kind of like ravines or the ditches.
Yes.
This allows you to actually back up. It's kind of a natural doom that actually helps you breaking the line of sight of missiles and stuff like that. So this is going to be interesting to see players actually use that elevation in the terrain and actually that like lower ground.
Fighting against mediums or heavies that jump jet is going to be a nightmare on this map.
I think it's going to be really fun to watch how people react to this map and you know, what kind of player habits get established. We're going to, I believe, the plan is to do use this map in the event queue and do like, you know, 24 hours of just this map.
Nice. That'd be cool.
I think we're right now. This is subject to change, but right now we're thinking all heavy mechs with drop deck, so you can bring in 4 heavy mechs. There'll be obviously a lot of Crusaders out there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So just a heavy, focused, you know, play on this map.
Drop deck is the best thing ever because you know what you're gonna play.
Well, and I also think, you know, drop decks change kind of the play style of a match. When you're able to keep respawning, it can move the battle points around.
You can also talk with your partners and like, hey, I got these mechs. Which one do you want me to use next?
There's going to be a lot of Crusaders out there. So
definitely.
Now remember, when you're playing your Crusader, to listen to Saxon Crusader.
You know, it's going to be Crusaders and anti-Crusader mechs out there.
I think Matt showed me like one of the variants of the Crusader this morning. How many lasers does it have?
12 medium lasers.
Yeah,
that's insane.
A lot.
And then obviously you have this one with all the ballistics. Yeah.
It's so cool.
One of the things I'm really excited about for this map, guys, I want to say is that I feel like you can get anywhere from anywhere. Like, I walk around in this map.
And it's not overly crowded.
No, it's not overly crowded, but there's tons of cover.
Yep.
I can see sniper mechs or long-range mechs actually to be on the bottom. And just literally be on a central point on the bottom trying to cover left side or right side. There's definitely options of what could be done.
And that's something that I really wanted to have as well is...
but we won't know until we play the map. Like, we won't know until we actually play the map to see what's going on there.
Trapped in an area that you don't...
Exactly. There's always like an escape route. There's always going to be a possibility. If you have jump jets, you can just jump jet out of this situation, get on top of the buildings, and then reposition it.
I'm just going to say, like, if I look at the height of these buildings, you're going to need at least 30 meters jump jets to get on top there.
Or then back up into the lower ground, because then afterwards, if you back up into the lower ground, it means that if they push, you have the advantage over them because they have to peek and look down at you while you can just shoot them up. It's all about repositioning and countering your opponent, or like you know,
tons of flanking routes.
Brawling,
Tons of flanking routes.
Even in the middle. Like, look, if you go to your left, there's a tunnel that goes straight under the big structure right there, and this leads you to the other arena on the side. So
it's smart, by the way, that he's got that pillar in the middle as a structural element, because it keeps you from just shooting straight through.
If one part of the team is stuck and they're in a big fight.
Yeah, like this exact location right here, for example.
If one part of the team is...
If you're thinking Direwolf that just moves between these two spots, you can kind of cover this area, but it's not going to be super far away. This is going to be like, what, 500, 600 meters tops? So you will be in range for most of the counterfire.
Stuck and they're in a big fight, the other team can quickly transition to the other point.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for this to come out. This comes out next Tuesday.
Is it the person in low ground has the advantage? Physics says no. Yeah, depending on which mechs you're fighting against, but If it's low slung arms, you you might have a problem.
Also, just a reminder for that event queue when we have all the heavies, heavy mechs, all the heavy mechs are on sale right now, 50% off. So be sure to, if you don't have the Crusader and you're wanting to kill Crusaders, be sure to add to your collection of anti-Crusader mechs. But
Roughneck, it's really nice.
Get those Roughnecks. That's Francois's favorite mech by far.
Mad Dog's also the free mech this month, and it was that was intentional.
That was very intentional. It is to combat the Crusader. So get that Mad Dog for free.
Mad Dogs versus the Crusaders. I'm gonna give the advantage to the Crusader.
But yeah, I mean, just look at this. Beautiful job, Francois.
Finally, there's one more thing I want to say. A lot of people are going to be mad at me, but I completely blocked off the sides of the map, so you're not going to be able to go on the sides. The reason why I did that is...
I'm not going to be mad at Francois for that one. I'm going to do this. Because that shuts down those stupid I sit on the side of the map shenanigans. So well done.
Because I want to avoid a lot of like cheesing and people that are going to be running on the sides and then hide on the outside of the map. And then finally, what's inside of the map you can go on to wherever it is. So if you wanted, you could actually...
Okay, so you can go, so you will see Shadowcat sitting on top of the temple.
Jump jet on top of the big structures and then stand there if you wanted. But then again, you'd be completely exposed to the rest of the map, but you can still do it.
Yeah, I feel like the highest points are all in the center, with nothing like really on the outside that you can perch on.
It's either this one or...
Yeah, I don't see assaults getting up there at all though. Maybe you can get stuck on the incline somehow and then use a second jump jet charge. But getting up there is gonna be probably impossible for an assault. Like Shadowcats, spiders, vipers, anything that has a lot of jump jets. But I think that's like what, 70 meters or so that you need to get up there. It's gonna be tough.
Or the two towers.
They're so exposed up here.
That
though.
one and the other one. Yep.
It'll be interesting to throw in maybe some matches with unlimited jump jets.
Or just like a spider with maximum jump jets and CM on it that just goes and scouts and look at everybody.
I can't wait, man. Like, I'm just super excited for Tuesday. Can't come fast enough.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
But yeah, beautiful job. Kudos to you, Francois.
I mean, it's easy. I have an amazing team, you know?
Yeah, well, you're a big, huge part of the amazing team. Let's. I was gonna say, Matt. Let's get a hero pose. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. Look at this.
It's gorgeous.
Can you fire the guns?
Yeah, fire everything. Fire everything. Look at that.
Now they're talking my language.
Holy God.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
So cool.
First new mech in 3 years, and it looks amazing.
Can you imagine how that would look like if you just loaded streaks? Like a piranha comes around the corner and goes like, haha, I've got machine guns. And then it's like, I got streaks and machine guns. Wah.
That's the other thing. We've barely touched on that. You know, the Crusader is not just the first new mech in...
The Crusader also looks like it's going to have amazing arm shields. Like, as far as shielding is concerned, like it looks like it's going to be harder to hit the side torso, but it's protruding a little bit, so you can still hit it from the side. CT might be a smaller hitbox, though. I think I agree with that.
3 years, but it's also my entire time here, almost 10 years, the single most requested mech in the entire game. Of course, there's other ones out there people want. The Stone Rhino, the Mackie, the Scorpion, the one we'll never get. There's a lot of stuff out there people want, but this was the single most requested mech of all time. So I hope people enjoy it. It's a beautiful addition.
I mean, look at the skins on that bad boy. Wow.
Yeah, we can't see it right now because it's on the wrong side of the light.
And it's one of my...
That's one of the pains I always have when I'm trying to make screenshots. You always have to look where's the light coming from.
Favorites because it's the unseen, just like my favorite mech here, obviously the Warhammer.
Wow,
I love all of the unseen mechs. I'm super happy that this was added to the Mechwarrior Online collection. But now, as we have this beautiful shot there, look at that. I love that. That's so beautiful. Let's talk real quickly, Francois, about the next map that you're working on.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Well, let's do it right now. Let's drop it. Let's preview. What are you working on next, Francois?
I am going to be working on Terra Firma, but
original.
It's gonna be
OG Terra Firma.
Yeah, the OG one with the big volcano.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get rid of the volcano. I'm gonna flat it out so that we have like a nice layout on top. And then underneath it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna import as a prefab mech factory.
You're talking
The
about the
other-
Solaris map, Mech Factory, which was all inside.
That's
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna import it inside of Terra Firma and create it underground, so that you have, instead of having that big volcano that you used to have, now you would have actually like a mech factory that is built underneath, and then over it maybe you could have like a few little structures that represent like the refineries and stuff like that, so that it would kind of make sense. So that instead of having that volcano that was like a big choke point, now you're gonna you're essentially gonna have like an arena kind of vibe, but underground inside of that.
That sounds cool.
I'm
That
very
sounds
excited about
crazy.
this. The thing about the original Terra Firma, which a lot of people appreciated, was the lighting was beautiful on that
It's
original.
amazing.
Yeah, and so we're keeping that. Obviously, it is a redux of the original Terra Firma, not of the new Terra Firma. So we're
We're
gonna
not
have.
changing the new one. We're gonna keep
Not
the
at
new
all.
one, but
Yep.
we're changing the old one. So for the old players, you know what we're talking about. That
Yep.
super nice one that looks almost like a Star Wars location. You know
Yeah.
where Vader has his base.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
It's Mustafar. But we can't say Mustafar, but it's Mustafar.
Yeah. If you look closely, there's a little guy down there, Anakin. No, but anyway, I think it's going to be amazing. A lot of people
There's a little guy down there, Anakin. Yeah, he's having a bath in the volcano. Does wonders for his skin.
have been asking for the original Terra Firma to be brought back, but obviously the reason it was taken away in the first place was because it had some issues. We're going to address those issues, Francois is, and make it even better. Keep that original lighting, just a beautiful map, and make it even better. So we're super excited about that. That's the next map that's on Francois' agenda, and we're going to continue. That's going to
See how different that lighting is if you take the light from the front? Look how beautiful this looks now.
take, I don't know, a couple months. I don't know if we announce the release date on that yet, but
It's TBD.
TBD. Yep. And then we'll move on to some more maps, but we're super excited about that. Bringing you this right here, Vetric Station. And then after that, it will be the new Terra Firma. We haven't decided on a name for that one yet, but very excited about it. So I hope you guys enjoy this June 21st patch coming out this following Tuesday with this new map, with the new Crusader mech, the first new mech in 3 years, as well as some other updates that will be in the patch notes that are going up today. Today is the 17th of June. I don't know when we're getting this video up, but
It'll be out
reference
today.
point.
Yeah,
It'll
I don't
be
think
out today.
we're not too many edits to make on this one, so
Yeah. So there we go.
be quick.
Hope you guys enjoyed this preview, and hope to see you all out there in numbers on Tuesday. And be prepared for that event queue, because you're going to want all your heavy mechs so you can do the drop deck, and you can either show off your new Crusader mechs, or you can go out there hunting Crusader mechs.
I think
I really hope that the Crusader mech is going to be successful for them in terms of sales, because that would allow them, of course, to keep doing this, right? Keep reintroducing or introducing more mechs. So I'm really hoping that this is going to be successful, but since it's the most requested mech of all time, I think this should be a good thing for PGI, and hopefully that means a good thing for us as well. Continued development on the game is important, right? New maps, really nice. Changing the meta around with balance changes from the Cauldron, also really nice. Speaking about balance changes, if you haven't seen it yet, have a look at the video that I did together with Data and Bowser regarding Assault Mech Agility, because it's a thing, or it's a problem, and we'd like to see that fixed. But yeah, I mean, the new map looks amazing. Of course, we haven't played it yet. Stuff can look amazing in the presentation, and then it just plays very badly. We'll have to play it. We'll have to understand the map. Like, for example, the last map that Francois did, which name I keep forgetting. It's not Hellboy Springs, it's the other one. The one with the lots of trees on the ground. I really disliked the map at the beginning, especially the high spots for the snipers. But the more you play it, the more you realize the sniper spots are not that much that overpowered. And if you take certain paths throughout the map, you can effectively make them basically almost irrelevant. So it takes some time to adapt to this new map, to learn it. So my recommendation, once that new map comes out, is take your time, play it a lot, and see what works, see what doesn't work. Yeah, but we're gonna try and reserve judgment until we've played like 50 matches on this one.
I'm gonna do a first challenge event for the event queue as well. So not only will you play the new map with heavies and have a ton of fun there, but also actually earn some cool well, earn some rewards basically for playing in the event queue. So hopefully everyone checks that out. Another nice thing about this patch is that we've got separate matchmaker settings for both the event queue and for quick play queue. So now when we loosen up the rules for the event queue to make it the matchmaker easier, it won't be affecting the quick play queue at all. So
there will be no more tier soup in quick play at the time that the event queue runs. That's a good thing.
Yeah, good for that.
So good.
That's kind of why we've been holding off on the event queue for the last few weeks. We really dove in the first weekend there, and Daeron did a lot of discovery and kind of stuff. But now we can do it right with this next patch. That change goes out there, and it's going to be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it.
Very much. It's going to be a good week.
Yep.
So we will see all of you out there on this battlefield. We'll see you on the battlefields.
Well, I'm happy for that. This all sounds good. New map coming. We saw the preview. I think we can be cautiously excited about it. There's a lot of good things going on there. And then B, the new map, the factory below the volcano. That sounds interesting. That sounds really interesting because I've played a little bit of those Solaris 7 maps, and they do have their own little charm. So this could be fun as well. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you want to support my full-time work, guys, then you know what to do. For example, hit that join button right here on YouTube, or do any of the other things like in the video description below. This has been TTB. Have a great day.